Well, hey, how y'all doing out there today? Listen, we all have a lot of friends out here, and a lot of y'all are my friends and been friends of mine for a long time that are either right wing or right wing leaning, or politically you lean to the right, or you're Republican. You actually say you're a Republican, or maybe a libertarian. I know a lot of libertarians. And then there's a lot of y'all out there that you see something in this president. I don't know what it is, and that's for me. That's for me to decide. My mind is everything and what I think I'm going to become. But what I see is real. And a lot of y'all get somehow, because you can just mention the name Trump, it automatically becomes political. It automatically becomes opinion. It automatically becomes very divisive. A lot of deflection, a lot of people dropping people or not, or just arguing. We've seen this. We've talked about this a lot. Well, I wanted to try something a little bit different because I want to clear the air about this. So from here on out, if anybody says, "Oh, Bill's just a leftist," or "Bill's a Democrat," or "Bill likes this person," or "Bill," I don't like no fucking body that's a politician. I don't like any self-proclaimed leaders. Real leaders out there lead their life every day, and they help other people when they do it. That's a real leader. But what you call leaders, or your need for a leader, actually sickens me, and it bothers me, and I find it quite weak and pathetic. And it's why we're in the shape we're in now, and it's why I'm fixing to do you all a big favor right here. Let's just take the names out of it. Here's what I'm against. Here's what I stand. All right, first of all, what do I stand for? I stand for what I stand on. Mother Earth. That's what I stand for. The very thing that gives me life, to have a life, to have an opinion, to do all the things that I want to do in life, or even complain about. Without this planet, no life. That's what I stand for. All right, religious preference. That ain't nobody's business. That's my personal walk. So whatever, worry about yours. But I look at the world as a sanctuary, not as a church-like sanctuary, but as a hands-off sanctuary, because it's other life. All right, now when it comes to the political side, long time ago I pulled for Ron Paul. I am a libertarian. I wanted to go by the rule of law, which was the U.S. Constitution. But guess what? It don't seem like the U.S. Constitution was for everybody. So I just went with the American dream. The American dream that we could all be what we wanted to be in this country, no matter what we look like. Race, color, creed, religion, sex, national origin, it didn't matter. As long as we was American, we was brothers. We had that in common. I've come to find out that's been a lie, and it's been twisted more and more. Matter of fact, that's something to come back to in a little bit, when we take the names out. When you take the names out and you don't have anything to argue about, you can only look at what's being done wrong. That oil barons are running key departments in our own government. That it's been made easy just through signatures of these unnamed people. We're taking the names out, right? But these orders are getting passed through that take away everything that was out there to protect you. I see people just can't wait to feel sorry for billionaires and multimillionaires that are literally raping you. No, it's not cool. And it all comes back to that political thing. It all comes back to that name thing. So when you take the names out and you see all these bad things being done, and you put that into a character, that would be like the most evil person in the world. You would think anybody else, if you didn't have a name or some association with something you liked, or a party, or a preference, or whatever, or an ideology, you just looked at what's destroying the planet. We know it's corporations. Who's allowing these corporations to do it? Why are our oceans full of plastic? Because of the corporations? No, that's because of us. There's some of this is on us too. And see, we don't even want to look at that. So when you take the names out of it, including our names, we're all, especially us worker bee slaves out here, we're the overconsumers that are buying these things from the corporation. But it's because we don't demand things. We keep looking for a name, a leader. And no leader has taken care of this planet, which is our very life source. No leader has gotten out there and explained why they're spraying the skies, or what's really going on with the weather. No leader, no name, nobody except for your brothers and sisters out here that talk about it, or anything, talk about why our children are sick and how we can be healthy instead of wanting health care. Why aren't we demanding health instead of health care? That the whole thing's been twisted because we got these names. You say one name nowadays, and well, I'll go and say it right now. You say Trump, and it's automatically an argument. It's either something he said stupid, or it's something that somebody believes, or it's something somebody assumes, or whatever. If you support him, you cannot say that you love this planet, because he has literally sold us out to big oil. But see, that's really not him. It's really not him. The corporations took over our government, y'all, back in 1871. The Bank of England bought us when we was broke after the Civil War. And it's all been nothing but an industrial revolution and a military-industrial complex since then. We're cattle and slaves, and now they don't need us no more. Now they got us hating us, they're sterilizing us, and they're making their big last grab at sucking every drop of everything out of it. That's the enemy. So if you want to put a name on it, well, yeah, Trump's signing executive orders, reversing things that were there in place to protect us. Yeah, so I got to mention his name. Do I want to mention his name? No, because here's the thing. I didn't like the man when he was on WWE wrestling in the Battle of the Billionaires with Vince McMahon. The very show that Linda McMahon, who works for him, works for Trump now, wrote that show, and they had a pretty thing where Stone Cold gave him the stunner at one point. No, I don't like reality show TV actors and actresses. I don't follow that. That's not my thing. No, I don't trust rich billionaires, period. For some reason, they get a taste of this money, y'all, especially the ones that's had it all their life. And they feel an entitlement, and they had the money to try to make more money. When is enough enough? I mean, hey, man, I'm all about going and making what you can out of this system or whatever. That ain't the point. When is enough enough? When you lie or you cheat or you do illegal things to save money so you can make more money? You spend money in the propaganda and manipulating people other than just doing the right thing or coming up with better products. You demonize plants like cannabis and hemp and call them marijuana for decades. Decades. This lie since 1937, this lie has literally been a lie that has destroyed this planet. Because if we would have been left with hemp as the fuel source, like the gasoline and what you call the gasoline engine and the diesel engine was actually invented by Henry Ford and Rudolph Diesel to run off hemp fuel. We wouldn't have all these plastic bottles. Everything would have been biodegradable. We wouldn't have had all this aluminum. We would have had a stronger fiber that was lighter and probably would have saved lives, especially in auto wrecks and even small plane crashes. So no. That was one of the lies that helped murder this planet and helped murder you. Because guess what? We got cannabinoid receptors in our brain, and it comes from the breast milk from our mothers, and they've demonized all that. So no matter what you've been pushed into, no matter what you really believe, no matter who you say you support, if you take the name out of it and look at who's doing the bad things, the really bad things, they're allowing, it's not what we're consuming so much anymore. That's bad enough. All the crap we consume every day, all the plastic bottles we go through, all the crap that we consent to and we comply to by eating it and doing it and drinking it and whatever. Besides all of that, man, they're dumping back complete raw radioactive toxins back into the ground, injecting it deep into the ground, deep enough to where within not even a couple years it's going to be back on us. So there's not even any hope for that. We could have been done replenished our soil. We could have been done took care of a lot of things. So no, take the names out of it. Take the political sides out of it. Look at the corporations that are playing everything like a chess game, and you're the pieces on the chessboard. And we're all hating each other when they worry that we're going to unite like the rest of the world is already doing. And look how it's snowballing around the rest of the world, y'all. All other kind of countries are going renewable energy. All other countries they're getting on board with each other. They see something going, and I mentioned this before, and it's just something to think about. America has never always been right. We've just always had the best military, and we're probably the best oil drillers in the world. So whatever. We haven't led in anything other than exporting oil in a long time. Nobody else in the world cares for us, and our population is going down like it hasn't gone down since the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl, and nobody wants to think about that. No, we're too busy worrying about getting windmill cancer or or some stupid shit we heard on TV from a name. Well, look at your planet. The name is Earth. I call her Mother Earth. A lot of y'all call her Mother Earth, and you know exactly what she is. And without getting upset about it and all, you know, flustered and emotional, it is our life. It is our children's life, and it is our grandchildren's life. So if you can look in their faces, and you can look around this planet, and you can look at all these species dying off, and you can look at all these pipeline spills and all these oil spills and all these places in the world burning just down like in Indonesia right now. And you can still be good with the name. You can't take the name out of it. Well, that's on you. And you're gonna have to face your soul's gonna have to face that in the afterlife. That's on you. That's your energy, and that's where you got stuck. That's where you got stuck in your thinking, so shallow that you're worried about a man, a name, and you're not even worried about your very own planet or even your own self. You put somebody else's needs or their reputation above yours. Y'all make all these excuses for Trump. Where's the one of y'all Trump supporters out there, or really anybody, that when you make excuses for this system and for what people do, where's your excuses for the planet? Huh? Where's your excuses to Mother Earth? Where's your excuses for what the fuck you're doing? Huh? I'm just being real. So quit making excuses for other people and make excuses why this planet ain't being taken care of. Take care of it. Be the change. Quit running the mouth. The mouth can say anything. It's the actions that apply. So take the name out of it. Matter of fact, try to drop as much of it as you can. All we're doing is getting more and more divided. I see it every day, and it's happening with me and other people. Because I'm tired of typing the same things days and days in a row from just putting up something about big oil. I don't even got to say nothing about Trump no more. If it's about the environment, some Trump supporters going to jump in there and say, what, windmill cancer? Well, no. I'm worried about the planet. I could give a rat's ass less about your politics. I could give a rat's ass less about your man. I could give a rat's ass less about your party, your religion, your anything else that is anti-life, that allows you to support anything else other than your life-sustaining planet. That's where I stand. That's my belief. Okay? If you ever get it mixed up and you think I'm just anti-Trump or I'm anti-Republican or I'm anti-this, no, I'm anti-life. If it's anti-life, I don't want nothing to do with it. It is an enemy. And it should be your enemy. Don't you want to live? Don't you want to drink clean water and eat good food? Don't you want what you want? Instead of waiting for some leader to give it to you, waiting for some handout, waiting for something to change. Oh, it'll get better one day. Well, these guys ain't getting no better, are they? Only you can make it better. And you can only make it better for you. Think about that. But I love y'all. I'm just tired of the divide. But I'm not going to back off if I'm talking bad about, or I'm not talking bad if I'm showing a hard truth about what's going on in our environment or with big oil, and Trump's name just so happens to be in it. That's why I'm talking about him. Other than that, I'm not talking about The Apprentice. I'm not talking about wrestling. I'm not talking about clowns. I'm not talking about psychopaths or narcissists, all right? Until I'm talking about that, I didn't mention Trump's name, then fine. But when I got to mention big oil or the sellout of our own country and what's going on around the world, I got to mention him because he's the one supposedly paving the way. And I really don't think that idiot is smart enough to do any of this. I think he's being pushed by the super rich that run this government and run other people's government, that think they run this planet until we quit buying their shit, until we quit supporting it. And that's our name. You put it in or out. I'm in. We're all in that same boat. You know it. So think about that. I love y'all. Peace. And don't live in fear. And get it clear. It ain't any Trump. I'm tired of seeing anti-life support. You're supporting the wrong thing, supporting this man. You can't support the planet and support Trump at the same time. You just can't do it. And it's time to support the planet because it's... You tell me. I love y'all. Peace.